Welcome to the 6th episode of The Fake Marketer. I'm back. Nick's back.
I'm back.
Fucking, he's so loud. Fucking, oh, hey. How's your week, Nick, been?
Good.
How's your week been, Nick? That's
really
right.
Good. I can't believe it's Thursday. Another bank holiday. Just another bank holiday.
There's not, is there?
No.
No.
We've
Sorry.
just had one, haven't we?
Yeah, no, sorry. I
So
shouldn't
it made a
have
4-day week. And 4-day weeks really do go quickly.
I think weeks just in general go quick.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But no, it's been really good actually. All the ads for all of our clients are doing really well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's all brilliant.
And new clients are working.
Yeah.
And new clients on board.
Yeah. Setting up some new clients today.
Okay.
So good.
Anything else going on in your life, Nick? Work-wise?
Work-wise.
Yeah.
Did a podcast today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to add to
For your podcast?
my podcast.
Okay, what's that called?
Let's run Facebook ads.
The podcast.
Yeah.
We always used to forget that.
So if you're listening to this, you will find that one really, really helpful.
Nice. Good.
Oh yeah, Michael.
It's just the way you said it, like, sod this podcast, get on now.
Well, yeah, it's good.
So he says.
I hear a lot of people recommend it.
When I speak to Nick in the week, I'm like, what are you up to? Just ads. That's all I get. That's literally all I get. That's all I get. I get nothing else. I get, yeah, just
I
ads.
don't have anything else. I wake up, I sit on my laptop about 6:30. I anxiously look at certain accounts and pray that the CPA is where it needed to be. And that starts off my day in a good one or a bad one. Because if it's not where it needs to be, I chase the rest of the day trying to make it where it needs to be. And if it is good, I sit there and try and make it better.
I had a shit start to the day today. I came in the office early.
Yeah, and your laptop was decided to do a
fucking update. The worst thing is, I was waiting like 10
Have
minutes.
you been pausing updates for the last
No.
weeks?
No, I haven't had it open, have I, for a week?
Yeah.
So,
Did you take it on holiday?
No.
What was that like?
it's good.
Was it good? I don't think I could do it.
I had to.
I know, but what if an ad's messed up on certain accounts?
Oh, yeah, but, yeah. But that's your life. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Well, my problem.
No.
The worst thing was, though, it took 10 minutes for it to gain battery because I didn't bring my charger with me. And then it fucking decided to, about 50 minutes it took. And I faced a thunder on me for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was 8 o'clock and I was like, it's pointless. I could have been at home.
Yeah.
So that annoyed me. to start with.
So, what's the podcast about this week?
So today, Nick, we're going to be discussing how you pick an agency. And when you pick an agency, as a marketing manager, as a marketing director, as a business owner, how you should treat them.
So, what's brought this on? Someone annoyed you?
No.
You don't have to call them out.
No. I overheard someone in our office earlier talking about something.
Okay. They were
And,
talking to an agency, were they?
No, 2 of them were moaning about how their clients were treating them.
Right,
There were
okay.
2 copywriters, and I was like,
Did you listen in?
a little bit. I was busy. I've had a day today. So I listened a little bit. But essentially, they were just acting like knobs.
The 2 were.
No, the clients were.
Oh, right. Okay. So what did you pick up on this conversation then?
What did I pick up?
Yeah.
Effing and jeffing.
As in, where's my copy? Why is it like this?
So I heard the 2 agency owners were talking to one another
Yeah.
about their
Yeah.
clients.
And what they're moaning about. What was the client doing? Do you think? Do you know much about?
What were they doing?
Yeah. No. Do you know what?
There wasn't much detail.
Ah.
There was a lot of effing and jeffing
That's what I'm
going.
trying to get to.
No, we will get there. No, they were just moaning their ass off. I think.
To be fair, we don't do that much moaning, do we?
No, we don't.
But then looking at some of the account managers, maybe they have to deal with it in a different way. I mean, I don't get to speak to the clients.
You do. You've got a couple
I've got
that
a
you
couple that I
speak to.
speak closely with, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because generally, that's because their knowledge on ads is superior, isn't it?
Well, but that is what I want to discuss actually. So
It's a hard one, that.
it is, but how? So based on that conversation where they were both pissed off with their client, which we all have on occasion, don't we?
Yeah.
But it felt a bit unfair how they were talking, it was like, oh, you know, and I actually know them because they're around, and I'm sure they deliver. You know, sometimes you get to flay, all the rest of it, but they're not bad people.
Make mistakes, yeah.
So the fact that those two have been effing and jeffing, I've never heard in all the time we've been here.
It must have really wound them up.
Absolutely. So that's why I wanted to discuss it now. How you pick an agency to work with to start, I think, is the most critical part of it all. Because we speak about this a lot, don't we? Especially people that want to use us for Facebook ads or Meta ads, especially for the mum and papa smaller businesses, is I want them and we want them to have an understanding of ads before they come to us with a requirement.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that they're not being sold a dream by a salesperson.
Yeah.
Because we've all been sold by a salesperson, whether it's in your personal life, in a restaurant or cafe, or something, you know, for your home, or in a business capacity. We've all been sold to by a really good salesperson, but actually the quality of the product or the service isn't of the same ilk. And that's why when, you know, especially from Let's Run Social's perspective, if the the business owner, the marketing department or the person we're dealing with has an understanding of it, they know we're not lying just to get them as a client, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they have an understanding. And especially from a setup perspective, like, you know, you can go into that now, but, you know, would you agree with that? You know, that them having some knowledge is going to help us in that relationship further down the line.
Yeah, I think so. I think most of our clients do have some kind of knowledge, don't they? There are some early starters. Well, there are some. I'm thinking about like glazing company. They don't have a clue, do they?
No, they don't have a clue.
So I think it depends on what they've just got to be quite realistic to this thing. This isn't going to work straight away. We get it working, or I think we always get it working eventually, don't we?
We always have.
Sometimes it just takes a bit longer.
Yeah, I know, like they said, there are the odd occasions that it does work straight away, like the awning company that we're working with at the moment. Yeah, they're getting conversions already, which is fantastic.
But then we look at some sectors which take a lot longer, and we're having to really change the way we do stuff because it's all about lead.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, are these sectors which we've got a lot of history working in those sectors with? It's like, it's not the right way to go about it because people aren't just going to opt in a lead that quickly. So
I think
a disappointed client then, don't you?
Yeah, I think when it comes to the knowledge or having an understanding or at least logged into Ads Manager or at least tried to set it up, the reason why I like clients or prospects to have that or at least gotten to that level is because they know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Rather than clients that go, oh yeah, but you just whack up an ad. No, it's not how it operates. Because they know how hard it is and they know then actually on the back of that how hard it is then to actually get a conversion and a lead and all the rest of it. That for me is a dream.
Yeah.
Because they get it.
Well, that's what we have, isn't it? Especially with the clients that I deal with directly. They understand it.
Yeah.
They get it. They've done it themselves. And they've gone, this is hardcore. And the thing is, from us, like, you know, with a lot of them, I mean, okay, so one of the things this week with one client, we've thought, the conversion, this is something I need to do in the next 24 hours, is look at the conversion rates of the website. So it was working at 1.8. Now, on the product page, they've changed some of the pictures positively. Yeah? And we think that...
Is that Michael?
Yeah, we think that may have helped the last 24 hours worth of orders, how it's changed by just doing that. So I need to then look at previous compared to now, and maybe it's gone up by 2.1%.
Yeah.
From 1.8 or something like that. In which case, it's brilliant, but it's understanding that there are so many factors that come into, can't just turn an ad on and make it work.
Well, they come to an agency, don't they?
We've had conversations when we take on new clients and like, guys, that's going to have to be sorted. We're not going to make this. There's a thing in our trade where it's like, I'm not a magician. But I think a lot of clients think that you are a magician.
Yeah.
Here's a load of crap. Make me rich. It's like, well, it's not going to work like that, is it?
Well, you and Jake jumped on a call with me the other day, didn't they? You were asking about a client wants to change how their pricing structure with us and how we charge them. And they want it to be more along the lines of you win, we win. which is fine. But actually, there's a lot of factors outside of what we do, which are
Out of our control.
which is totally out of our control, which are going to either benefit or not benefit the results.
But we've lost clients in the past or come to an agreement not to work with clients because the things that are stopping us from making that client succeed are out of our control, and the client's not prepared to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
But another agency will magically fix it.
Well,
and
yeah.
then
So
come against the same problems.
yeah.
And say the
So
same things.
so I think you've got two types of people that go out to find agency. You've got those that they have an understanding, or they've tried it themselves, and they've gone, "Oh shit, this is really hard. I can't do it," which makes sense. So they've basically succumbed to the answer, which is, I'm not good enough. I need to find expert help. They, for us, are perfect.
We've always done it in our business when we've outsourced.
Yeah, we've always, yeah.
To a certain point where, like email marketing, when we used to write our own emails, and we didn't just sit there and write. We did a lot of research and learned how to copyright back in the day. And then we went and paid one of the UK's best copywriters.
Shout out Drayton Bird.
Yeah, $5,000. I think it was $5,000 for 3 emails, sales emails, email 1, email 2, email 3 as sent as follow-ups.
Yeah.
I think that made us over £1 million in over 3 years.
There's a lot of time.
So we went, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But if we hadn't done anything,
No.
it could have not worked. And they go, don't know why he's such a good copywriter. It's a load of rubbish. You wouldn't know.
No. So I think you've got that type of business owner. Then you've got the slightly, I would say, larger ones that have larger budgets, that maybe don't have an understanding. They've maybe tried it, or someone junior in the team have tried it, but actually they don't give a shit. Just fix it because I'm going to use an agency. I'm going to outsource this because I don't have the knowledge in house. Those guys normally, say 7% of the time, have a better understanding of how long it takes and don't expect those instant results.
Yeah.
Whereas again, the smaller businesses where they've tried it, if you look at that Michael chap, he understands it, but still he wants a level of success quite quickly.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating, isn't it? Because he gets it as well, so he's a bit of a conundrum. But I think you've got those two types of clients. But when they go out to market, it's what are they looking for? So if you look at a smaller business, they'll typically want more touch points. I want an account manager on the go all the time. They want to know what's going on all the time. Whereas again, these larger businesses will understand that they can't have that touch all the time. They understand that it just doesn't operate that way. And look at some of the clients we've got who are owner managed. They're a nightmare. Some of them, they're brilliant and we love them to pieces. But like one is heavy in terms of workload, and all it is just replying to requests, which we can't do because the budget's not there.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mad.
Is that the female one?
Yeah.
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 But then whereas we've got others where, my time is spent a lot on those accounts, but they're worth it, aren't they?
Yeah.
They need that kind of, the client knows they need that kind of work.
But I think the business needs to go out and understand what they need. So not only from a need in terms of what services do I need? So is it PPC? Is it social? Is it a mixture of both? If it is, can one agency service that? If not, do I need to go to multiple and get them working together? Like we work with a lot of agencies with people like Enterprise and people of that ilk, where we're co-working with a different agency. We've got skill sets in stuff that we don't. So what services do you want? But also then how do you want to interact and how do you want to be dealt with by that agency?
Yeah.
Because if you've got a load of money, go to Wonderman and you can have report after report after report. But if you haven't, you're going to have to go, well, what's more important? Is it the results I'm getting or is it the service? And they're the two things that people sort of...
But it comes down to what your business needs are as well, doesn't it? See what I mean? So some people need the CPA to where it is to be. They need to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then they're results driven. But if they are, is service is a biggie for them?
Yeah.
Because if it's not, then fine, just get me the results.
I mean, I had one the other day. I mean, that's what the ad clinic. I'm not put this out there, but that's why that works well, because you get to see. So I had an example, someone who's just come on, American lady, and she sells like bling jewelry. So
what description have you wrote? Have you wrote her ads?
It's called Signature. Her company's called Signature Bling. So it's all like the big gold earrings, all the different colours, all that sort of stuff. She thought, so she's been running ads and all this lot. Her whole branding in her head and around her, she was catering out for 25 to 35-year-olds, probably 20, going out on a night out, all this lot. Looked at her ads and then looked into the metrics, and if not 80% of her sales are coming from the 45 plus.
Wow.
Like, she's just basically gone, the whole thing about my business is completely wrong. I'm completely advertising to the wrong marketplace. So where I'm going with that is the agency right? Because we know that there are some really good agencies out there.
Yeah, some brilliant ones, yeah.
Awful. There's some more, not awful. You just, especially big agency mentality, is you're not going to get, a lot of the time, you're not going to get that kind of...
No, because what happens is, they sit within a scope. So sit within a scope and that's all they get. There's no outside the box thinking. And not only out of the box thinking, there's no extra work. So a lot of the work you're doing, Michael, at the moment in terms of those edits and stuff, we're not charging the client for those. Now we should, but we're not. We're just taking that as a hit because we want to service and make sure they get good results. Yeah. What's right and what's wrong? We're in that sort of.
If you're not eventually getting them the results, they're going to leave and find someone else. Just like the telemarketing world and data.
Exactly. Yeah.
Telemarketing, as in like call centres. James and I have had 15 years in that marketplace, and every leasing company will have 3 months with a telemarketing company. They'll have great results at the beginning. It'll start.
Grass is always greener.
And then they'll move to someone else. And it's like 6 times a year, they just move around.
I'm just going off a total tangent now. I actually had someone called me today actually about automotive data. He said in the 18 years I've been in this industry, you lot are still the only people I can trust for data.
Really?
Yeah, Richard, driver hire.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, nice guy. Yeah.
Very nice to hear.
Yeah. But no, I definitely think if you're going out to market, it's just write a list of what you need, but not just services, actually how you want to be sort of dealt with as a client. Because I'm a big believer that you can keep a bad client, a good client with bad results. Yes. You can't keep a bad client with good results. Yes. You can't, because
you have to have the cuddling.
Yeah, you've got to have a good relationship, but you've just got to make sure that you've got to, what you want as a business. I also
think I want to bring something to this actually, from the client's point of view, is it's a hard one, but they write their, especially new ones, they write their whole business plan around what they need their CPA or CPI to be.
Are you talking about what, as in a brand new business?
Yeah, or a business, or even if it's not a brand new business, it's like, I need this. Let's say they're getting let's say their average order value is $40 or something, yeah? But they need it to be $20. Mm-hmm. And they've been going a while and they're still, one of these companies that just doesn't have the cash and it's just being redone all the time, is sometimes the whole thing's just perfect and it's still 40. You're probably never going to get to $20.
Well, we had that
new business, and I need my CPA to be this. Have you ever hit that before? I don't know. No, we haven't. Or are you new business? Why? Where have you got that figure from? How do you know that Meta, TikTok, or anything is it going to be anywhere near that?
Well, we had that. Actually, Jake and I are going through this at the moment with a baby client.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. They want the CPM at the cost per acquisition at 10 quid.
Were we able to remember to see what they've had in the past?
Well, this is a new product, you see.
Yeah.
So we can look at, and it wasn't far off that, but 10 quid's a stretch. Like, it's a stretch. It's going to be.
So Jake's looking at his spreadsheet, moving the figures around and going, like...
Well, we're looking at it, and there's some external factors that we can potentially put in there, but it's going to be close. So we've had to be a little bit upfront and say, we'll try and get there, but I don't think we can consistently hit it from day one, because it's impossible. We just won't be able to.
Is their business make or break depending on that.
No, there's wiggle room. There's wiggle room. But again, going back to why you choose an agency, we go into that level of detail in terms of that wiggle room. So we understand commercially.
And that's even before we've taken the client on.
Well, yeah, it is, yeah. But that's something else to look for. Again, if you are writing this list of how to choose an agency, commercials need to be up there.
Yeah.
Not only what they're invoicing you, but do they understand the commercials of your own business?
Well, like my client, who spends a lot of money, our client, but the one I deal with a lot,
My client. My client.
feels like that. Feels like that. He gets poached he's always getting asked by other agencies constantly. And I said to him, and he's not silly, but I said, I love the way they all say, yes, they can do it. They have no idea of the factors that I know about. They have no idea of any of the things. And we're good at what we do. And it's like, they're just like, yeah, we can do that. Oh, we spend loads of money for some of our clients. Okay, has it taken you 10 years to get there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't just turn on an ad and scale it.
No.
There's loads of factors that come into it. But it's all like, yeah, we can do it. Before they've even looked at it properly, unless I get let into an ads manager at seeing the last however long's worth of ads, can't make a decision on. If I go into an ads manager and they say, oh, we're on a £10 CPA, and I go in and go, it's all pretty well done, this is. Not that much I can do. It's like, well, you're not going to get it.
No. Well, a good example, I spoke to a lady out, and again, another referral in. A lady lived in a suburb of London, borough of London, and she did 11 plus tuition, that's the word. And I did the numbers, and I was quite, not harsh, I was like, you can't spend marketing on this. Just go into the local Facebook mum groups, the schools, because there's like 3 schools in a borough. You haven't got a business. Like I was like, it was, but she'd been told by a freelancer, I can make this work. And I was like, I said, look, I've done the maths here. It doesn't fucking work. But she was convinced. It doesn't work. It can't. The maths aren't working. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that. So I think that's something else that you need to really consider. Are they asking me the right questions commercially? Because if they don't really understand what your margins are, how can they make it profitable for you?
Yeah, showing you a generic pitch deck about what the company does, and then saying,
I was founded, in the ashes of a phoenix, all that shit. It's
you really, unless you know your industry, we want to know what the crack is.
Like, yeah.
Inside that business.
Yeah.
Especially if they've been doing ads. It's hard when they've not done anything. It's a bit more.
Well, not just ads, Nick. Anything. If it's email, they've got to understand that partner that you're going to work with in whatever marketing it is. They've got to understand the commercials around it. But again, like I said, write that list of what what are your sort of your requirements in terms of your needs, and then your wants under, and then try and find that right agency for you, and also have a realistic budget. But I'll go on to budget in a second, because once you've then chosen an agency, I think when you're onboarding, when you're being onboarded by an agency, you've got to realise it takes time. So it's fine when you're excited, you look forward to starting working with them. Just realise that it does take time. You can't just go, oh, we'll be live next week. Of course you fucking won't be live next week.
You've got all the tech set up.
And
project manager needs to get his head around it. You've got the account manager who's then going to set out the goals and things.
Yeah.
You've got the creative to get built.
Yeah, the studio's got... There's a lot of moving parts. And it's great that people want to get started. I think this is sort of more aimed to the smaller owner managed businesses, but still, this isn't something you can just crack on from day one. You've got to really think about, it's got to be done properly. Because if it's not, and again the tech setup isn't done correctly, you then can't attribute the right conversions to where they should be. So you're not going to get the results or see the results that you want because you can't see them.
Yeah. Plus, they think everything's been set up personally, not just from an ads point of view, but sometimes their website's not set up properly.
Nick, there's so much
pixels and stuff like that, and firing properly.
Yeah.
And then, let's say it's me who's dealing with it. I might not be able to get on that till the next week.
Yeah, or they've not got GA set up, or GA4's not set up. So, then you migrate, there's just, in this digital world now, there's so much that goes onto it. It's just...
So going on to the budget, that's important because, especially with the smaller businesses, well, actually the larger business, look at some of the larger businesses we deal with and how much budget they give to certain things. And it's like, okay, a lead's costing you 90 quid. You're giving us 20 quid a day.
Mm.
That's how quickly your leads are going to come in.
Yeah.
One every 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, which is scary, isn't it? When you think of it like that.
So, there's only a handful of clients I have the budget to be able to do what you really should be doing, which is 5 times your average order value.
But I think, even if you look at email marketing or data, I think, having a realistic budget, I have conversations every day about data, and 2/3 of them are, I don't have the budget. Weird that, because they have no idea or concept of it. But what they don't then see is what the results and what it could bring at the end. Especially when you look at sort of some of the traditional marketing methods, so things like data, things like email marketing, telemarketing, it's not sexy. So they don't put the same value as they do as a digital agency.
They can see the ads being created.
Oh, because it's sexy. There's visual. There's videos. It's, oh God, look at this. Look at that overlay. Oh fuck off. It's going to get you less results potentially.
When you're doing an email marketing campaign and it's working, that gets pretty sexy when you're looking at those.
It looks very sexy. You're right. But something else I really want to touch on is when you're then working with that agency, is understand time and how much you then spending on that agency. What is your invoice to that agency a month? Let's say your invoice is £500, right? How much time? Let's use Michael, because Michael's doesn't really get involved in this side. So let's say one of our clients was spending 500 quid a month with us, right? How much time as an agency? He can hear us anyway on there. Yeah, it pulls in. Yeah. How much time a month do you think that we, when I look at the books at the end of the month, we should have? Well, we give that client
For £500.
Yeah, 500 quid.
Was that across all the staff?
No, just
As an agency? Though?
just as an agency. How much time? Yeah, across all staff that are working on it, from AMs to the media buying team to, across the board, how much time should we give that client?
500
Pounds.
hours?
How many hours?
500.
What, £1 an hour?
What plan do you want?
I don't know what plan.
So they've paid us 500 quid.
Right.
Think about how long it takes you to do something.
Yeah.
If someone's given us 500 quid and they want a load of stuff doing, how much time would you give it for 500 quid?
This is pointless.
Well,
I'm giving up.
Yeah.
Cheers to that, Michael.
Sure, I don't know anything about it.
Do you know, basically the answer is going to be about five.
That's fucking shit.
So if anyone's looking to employ Michael for £1 an hour, his CV's on the route.
Where do I sign?
Where do
Where
I
do I
sign?
fucking sign? I'm going to that agent.
Because I'm pretty sure, Michael, when we do payroll, you're not £1 an hour. But the answer is about 5 hours. So realistically, we should be at about £100 an hour as an agency. Because if you look at,
Well, what might charge that? I'm something like,
yeah, but no, if I do it across the board,
Oh, right,
so it's about £100 an hour.
yeah.
It can, but you're looking in between 120. So someone's giving us £500 a month, they should only be getting between 4.5 and 5 hours per month, and that's your time, Nick's time, the account manager's time, the project manager's time, everything. Now, you know better than I do how much time you spend on some clients. If you are looking for an agency or you're working with an agency, is when it comes to what you're charging them, just don't be naive or stupid.
Yeah.
I know that sounds. I know it's quite disrespectful.
No, but they need to know it. It's like, because we have that, don't we? Where,
We don't get it very often
it's
now.
quite good. Just like putting them out, it's just like, but it is like you're not paying for that. Like, if we were a solicitor and we tapped the top of that clock when your phone call came in, and you sat on the phone for an hour and a half, and then it's tapped off, and you wonder why you got a bill. Same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think once you've got an agency and you're working with an agency, and especially in the start, especially at the start, because what people don't understand is that the amount of time it takes at the start is very time heavy at the front. Once it's working and there's a lot more knowledge and data, less time is worked on the account, just because that's just the nature of the beast. It's just how it works in a performance agency. So in those sort of early stages, especially probably the first 12 weeks, you've got to be a little bit realistic as a business. What am I getting from that agency? Because they're trying to make it work for you. I think this is something they've also got to realise. If you're working with an agency that's decent and not full of knobs, they're trying to make it work.
But if you're on a back foot and the whole business funnel of acquiring a customer isn't great, the website needs looking at, emails need rewriting, all that sort of stuff. Then the agency's going to have to charge you for that, and it's going to take you longer to get there. Yeah,
and if it's a good agency, they're going to tell you about those issues. Yeah,
well, they don't know unless they're in.
Well, no, but it's hard, isn't it? Because obviously the business is always going to go, well, you're flagging this issue with me because you want more work. Yes, to a level, there's reality to it, but we're saying it because it's going to help our results, which means you're going to get more conversions, which weirdly, you're going to get more.
We don't want to lose a client ever.
No, we've had difficult conversations with partners because they're just not sort of fit within our ethos. But we don't typically lose clients. But that's something to really just think about. If you're spending 500 quid. Which is
getting 500 quid worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
World, it's not a lot of money.
It's very cheap. I was speaking to an agency partner that we send some Google work to. Their minimum management fee a month now is $7,000. Minimum. Take nothing lower. Nothing lower.
Yeah.
Now they're getting a lot for that. They're getting some different departments and all the rest of it.
They have to grow to a stage that they're able to then. Put that as the threshold, aren't they? You can't start off with that. Look at what we charged right at the beginning.
Yeah, but we were learning, weren't we? Yeah, we were learning. But no, for me, that's the thing to look at. Once you've got that relationship with them and you're using an agency, is just be sensible. Treat them as you'd want to be treated. Because we have had some interesting ones in the past, and weirdly, Nick, actually the ones that I always sort of recount is the guys that did the lottery tickets for the cars. After they left a couple of weeks later, they emailed us both in there saying, lads, we're so sorry, you were trying so hard, and actually we were under too much stress for working with an agency at the time. And we were like,
needed it too quickly, blah blah.
Yeah.
They're still around now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. What about you? Anything else to add?
No, I think that's covered it all, really.
Apart from that, what about comms?
I think they're also going to realise how long it takes to get things going.
Okay.
And have you got the money for it? Because there's a great starting an agency and going, I've got £1,000 a month, but if you only got £1,000 a month, 3 months, the chances are it's not going to go the way you want it to.
Comms, what would you say comms? So like WhatsApp, because I know you've got a few clients.
For the clients I have got it for, it works from my point of view. But we have a couple of clients who are on it, and how many fucking channels do we need? I mean, literally, my biggest bugbear inside the agency at the moment is that I spend half my time looking for something because I don't know what channel it's come through.
So what have we got?
Asana, has it come from Pipedrive? Did it come from Slack? Has it come on WhatsApp? Was it by email? I use Spark for my emails, and these email companies think they're being really clever by trying to join up and create this whole journey of an email. Fucking, I'm going up and down trying to find a bloody email. It's a nightmare. So,
all I hear is fucking WhatsApp.
Which we are sorting out at the moment. We are going, basically, like I say to the guys, unless it comes from Asana, my team does it.
I actually turned Slack off today. So Jake...
charge me. Nick, James has this thing, Jake has this thing where he says your name, then pauses, and then starts writing, rather than just... And I kind of get it. He's like, just being polite. Hey, Nick... So I don't know what's going to come. Is this going to be like a report that he's forgotten to do, and it's going to take 2 hours out of my day to help him do it because he needs it by 4, or is it just going to be a quick answer?
But yeah, I turned it off today. I turned it off, and what made me laugh is got a little text, ping. Are you about today, mate? Am I about? Yes, I'm fucking about. I'm just not on Slack, so it's off.
Yeah,
because it's all shit anyway. Well, the questions I get on there are fucking pointless anyway.
It's the tech has made it too easy to get pulled in here, there, and everywhere.
Well, I know someone in the agency, and we can't name that. I know they don't go on WhatsApp because
in their personal life,
because their clients got their number.
Yeah, I know.
And they don't go on for
Messenger.
They get, and that's the thing. Love it. I love the fact that they're not on WhatsApp, just in case the client sees they're online.
Well, you've turned yours off. You're red, haven't you?
Oh, have I?
Your red's off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was thinking I turned my red off as well. It's just So yeah, but it doesn't. But yeah, the comms depends on how proactive they need that client to be. That client needs you to be. Like the clients that I deal with, that I'm in, because in our agency, the account managers talk to the client. But on a couple of the occasions, the client is it sounds weird, is too big for the account manager, as in the knowledge base. The account manager would just be putting something in front of the client all the time, and the client would just be like,
Yeah, well,
I just need to speak to Nick because you don't understand what I'm saying, and the Chinese whispers is going to make it wrong. Where is he? Do you know what I mean? It'd be that constantly, so it needs that contact.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's very respectful. Like he knows that. Like that holiday weekend we were talking about in the last episode.
Yeah.
We spoke all weekend because it wasn't going the right way.
But
our weekend.
I think it's that respect point, isn't it? Is that, having an understanding that what are you paying the agency, and do you expect to call them on WhatsApp on a bank holiday or the weekend?
Yeah.
The reality is no, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, you don't.
So it comes down to that, to that respect. And again, when you're writing that list of what you want from an agency, is being able to annoy someone on a Sunday in your list. Because I can tell you now, if you went with an agency going, this is what I expect, I think they'd quickly tell you to jog and on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Good episode.
Yeah, send it there.
We'll take something from that.
We can.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So episode 6 done. Episode 7 is coming, isn't it, Michael?
He just laughs.
He just laughs. £500. That's good. That's being clipped up. So what do you reckon, Michael? Quid now? Don't want to wear fucking skin. Who's quoting? I'll get Mike on it.
Can you imagine getting to write a quote?